Hi, welcome to Zach's Bracketology 2016. We'll be going through... Alright, let's start in the South. First game, gotta go to Kansas. Because who the heck is Austin Peay? Next up, Colorado and Connecticut. Both schools that start with the letter C, but Connecticut had a little bit more letters in their name, so I chose Connecticut. Maryland and South Dakota State. Going with Maryland, only because South Dakota State should make up their mind and be one state with North Dakota. Cal and Hawaii. Both of them have beaches in their states and sun. Hawaii. I don't know. I just realized I skipped over the playing games, so we're going to go back and do that really quick. So let's start with Vanderbilt and Wichita State. Always gotta pick my boys, Wichita State, because they made a reference to it on Most Popular Girls in School. FGCU and Farley Dickinson. I chose Farley Dickinson because that's a really funny name, and for all my strength in my body, I could not decipher what FGCU is. Michigan and Tulsa. I feel like that's a pretty easy one. I chose Michigan. Not anything, no reason, just Michigan. Holy Cross and Southern. Didn't go to church this year so far, so I probably have to pick Southern just on morals, I guess. Okay, back to the South. Arizona and Wichita State. As much as I love Most Popular Girls in School, Zona's gonna run train. Miami and Buffalo. Miami, I guess? Iowa and Temple. I've chosen Temple every single year and they've let me down, and so I figure be consistent. Temple. Villanova and UNC Asheville. I think it's a little unfair that North Carolina has two teams in the tournament, so I'm going to choose Villanova. Let's go to the West. Oregon and Southern. Probably the easiest pick I can make. Oregon. Anyway. St. Joseph's and Cincinnati. I love me some Shasta McNatty, so Cincinnati is Donati. Baylor and Yale. In SAT scores I picked Yale, but in real life basketball and things that matter I picked Baylor. Duke and North Carolina Wilmington. Still not a fan of how many teams that North Carolina gets in, so I'm going to pick Duke just because. Texas and Northern Iowa. Texas really let me down in the conference, and Northern Iowa is a beautiful place to visit in the springtime, so. Texas A&M and the Green Bay Packers. I don't think they realize it's a basketball tournament. Idiots. Oregon State and Virginia Commonwealth. I'm going to be honest, I thought Virginia Commonwealth was a branch of Planned Parenthood, so I'm going to put Oregon State. Oklahoma and Cal State Bakersfield. My dad loves Oklahoma, and I love my dad, so I'm going to, well, Cal State could pull the up. No, I'll Let's go to the East. North Carolina and Farley Dickinson. As funny as that name is, they just aren't a good basketball team. Next we have USC and Providence. Back to back, right? So Indiana and Chattanooga. Indiana with a fatty loss in their tournament, so I think Chattanooga is going to take this. Kentucky and Stony Brook. I don't know what the people from Stony Brook look like, but I imagine it's like this, so I'm going to pick Kentucky. Notre Dame and Michigan. Go Blue! West Virginia and Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin has ruined my life multiple times, but I can't imagine West Virginia losing, right? Wisconsin and Pitt. I feel like Wisconsin thinks this is a total joke, and basketball's not a joke. So Pitt. Xavier and Weber State. Weber, what? We'd be losing. Next up, Virginia and Hampton. I live like 20 minutes away from the Hamptons, and those people have enough things, so I don't think they should get this one. Texas Tech and Butler. If Butler's anything like their name, they'll probably just have someone play the game for them. That's not fair. So Texas Tech for sure. Purdue and Little Rock. I don't think they're gonna win this one. Iowa State and Iona. I already picked a really crappy upset in this section because Little Rock's not gonna win that game, but it was a funny joke against Purdue. So Iowa State. Against Seton Hall. Again, consistency. Chose Gonzaga every year. They keep losing. Morals.
Welcome to the big show.
Utah and Fresno State. As fun of a name as Fresno State is, my friend lives in Utah. Dayton and Syracuse. I love Syracuse a lot. I think orange looks great on the court, on the jerseys and stuff, but Dayton is where race cars are and fast track. So, and finally, to finish it out, Michigan State and Middle Tennessee. Didn't know there was a middle to Tennessee. So, alright, let's move on to the second round. Round of 64 is done. Second round. Kansas and Connecticut. I know Connecticut has more letters in their name, but Kansas is a stronger K sound because of the K. So, Kansas. Maryland and Hawaii. I think it'd be unfair to have the people of Maryland travel to Hawaii, so I'm just going to give Maryland the automatic. Arizona and Miami. Arizona's more of a dry heat, and Miami has a lot of humidity, and I don't like humidity in my hair. So this, kids, is where you give up your morals, and you choose Villanova because Temple's not going to break your heart again. Cincinnati and Oregon. I choose Oregon anyways, but I also don't know what state Cincinnati's in, so makes it a little hard to root for them. Baylor and Duke. I went to the Baylor-Oregon game at the beginning of the year, and there was one guy in Baylor who was really big, and so he scared me. Texas A&M and Northern Iowa. If you take all the letters from Northern Iowa, you can almost spell Texas A&M. So that kind of settles that. And Oklahoma, that half-court shot should have counted for sure. So I think it's just karmic retribution at this point. I'm not really playing basketball. North Carolina and USC. We're starting the East. North Carolina, because USC sucks big, fat. Chattanooga and Kentucky. If someone gave me the word Chattanooga in a spelling bee, I don't think I could spell it, so I'm going to pick Kentucky. Okay, Michigan and West Virginia. Take me home, country road to the place. Pitt and Xavier. Remember that one time Pitt was good? Same, because I'm picking them. They're not good still, but Virginia and Texas Tech. I had Texas Tech squeaking by against Butler, so I just don't think they're going to have it in the tank, you know? So I have no clue how Little Rock made it this far, but Little Rock versus Iowa State, there's no way. Right? Gonzaga and Utah. I texted my friend, and he still lives in Utah. Fun fact, so I'm going to give Utah the win. Finally, Dayton versus Michigan State. One of the girls' basketball players at Stanford is from Dayton. So I think I should pick Dayton, but they're just so bad, so I'm going to pick Michigan. Sweet 16! 4, 8, 12, 16! Sweet, 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 sweet! First, a shameless plug for Marcia Hines singing this song right back where we start from, circa Goofy Movie 2 exiting credits. Okay. Okay, Kansas and Maryland. Kansas has two mascots, one big one and one cute little one. So 2 times the mascots, 2 times. Arizona and Villanova. In 6th grade, I was in band with a guy named Danny Cox, and every time our director would ask a question, we'd answer with Villanova. I don't know why. Oregon and Duke. So the reigning champs are pretty good at basketball, but newsflash, we're a basketball school now, so. Texas A&M and Oklahoma. I don't know what the A&M stands for, but I figure if they get that far, we might find out. So this is a selfish pick. North Carolina and Kentucky. If Michael Jordan still has eligibility, then this is a no-brainer. And I'm sorry for anyone that didn't think of that. Virginia and Pitt, country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. So Virginia and Iowa State. I do love the song Cyclone by Baby Bash featuring T-Pain, but I don't think Iowa State listens to that song. Utah and Michigan State. I texted my friend again who lives in Utah. Apparently he doesn't watch basketball, so I don't feel bad anymore about not putting them through, so I'm going to put Michigan State now. It's the Final Four! Get it? Alrighty, Kansas and Villanova. Sorry, 6th grade band reference, but Kansas is taking this win. Oregon and Texas A&M. If I haven't found out what the A&M means by then, I'm over it. Go Duck. North Carolina and West Virginia. Seeing as I've given West Virginia 3 wins based off a John Denver song, I think it's time for North Carolina to win one. Virginia and Michigan State. Oh wait. This is Drew Seeley. I don't even care about the bracket. Here we go. Final rounds. Dance, get it? Drew Seeley. Now I have you next to me. Everything. Kansas and Oregon, okay. As good as the time we're gonna have. North Carolina, Michigan State. I'm realizing now, if I put North Carolina in, I just chose 2 #1 seeds. God dang it. And UConn won it when they were an 8 seed, so this really stresses me out. Here it is. Kansas versus North Carolina. There's no place like home. Go Jayhawks! Well, that's it. Thanks for watching Facts Bracketology. Hope you didn't copy my choices, because we're going to lose pretty bad.